Well, good morning, everyone. Just a quick update from a finance point of view for the newsletter this week. You've probably seen some media articles regarding the loosening up of some of the government regulations with respect to banking. No news really yet as to what that looks like, what that means. But certainly there's been some rather long in the tooth laws from some years ago that made it very hard for banks to lend for people. For loans, and that includes really the banks being very particular about certain things, overly picky, and loosening up of some of those antiquated regulations will be really helpful going forward. So stay tuned for more information on that. As far as the banks go at the moment, look, it's a bit of a mixed bag as far as timing goes. We've got banks that are at 1 and 2 and 3 days to pick up an application, and then you've got examples like Westpac that are over 30 days to even look at an application. You've got ANZ that are still 25 days plus to look at an application. Bank First, Heritage, Suncorp, all 14 days plus. Commonwealth Bank getting into line now. They were at 30 days nearly to look at pre-approvals, and pre-approvals is the key here. If banks are behind, what they do is that they prioritise purchases, prioritise refinances, but push pre-approvals to the back of the queue. So I would just say that it's extremely important right now that if you've got customers that want to get pre-approval, want to make an offer on a property and are saying that they haven't got their finance in place, it's going to take a long time depending on which bank they go to. So just keep an eye out for asking the question, which bank is it you're going to, so that you get a clear picture. If it's Westpac, if it's ANZ, for example, this is going to take quite a while, and just to set that expectation with your vendors as well. Finally, just on I suppose the way the banks are looking at lending right now during COVID, there's been some loosening up of some of the requirements around JobKeeper, the way the banks calculate JobKeeper, as you started to see the loosening up a little around certainly Victoria from the government. There's been a little bit of loosening up from the banks as well, which is good news. So banks loosening up a little with respect to self-employed, examples of banks now allowing self-employed to get cash out. Before they were, we're not going to give you any cash out as a self-employed person, it's just too risky. But also banks looking for ways, I suppose, to, as we're coming out of the crisis, hopefully, banks looking for ways to say, okay, let's find a way to lend to people rather than find a way to not. So, look, brief update. Thanks, everyone, for your time. And as always, anytime, just feel free to text me, 0488 666 666, with any customers that you've got issues with, any customers that you need help to try and get an approval through where you've had not success elsewhere. But also just to text me any questions you've got as to a particular bank or what's going on in banking at the moment. I'd be happy to answer those at any time from anybody. A quick text, and happy to provide any information I can along the way for all. Thanks, everyone. Have a great month, and all the best to you all. Thank you.